Look, now there's been a lot of speculation about my future, and honestly, I think it's ridiculous that I'm sitting here after having won the last race, a double podium, talking about my job as team principal. You know, yes, there's rumours that I'm going to be sacked, and I think it's ridiculous. There's been 2 teams that have won a race this season that aren't Red Bull, and if the Baku straight was 50 metres longer, then it'd be one team, and that team is my team. It's just ridiculous. Hopefully, the board will see common sense, and they'll keep me around for the long term. Guys, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome back to Forza Ferrari. It is the Hungarian Grand Prix today, the second last race before the summer break, when we can be sacked, and in all likelihood we will be sacked, because even though we have done well, especially more recently, and we do have a new front wing to go into the car today as well, if the board wants second, we are a long way off second, and that is, I think, just a little bit of the harsh reality of things. I think our best hope is that they see that we're making progress, that we've developed the car, that we're making up for the mistake. We're kind of doing a bit of a McLaren, aren't we? And yeah, we just need if we get to the end of the season, I'm fairly confident we'll close this gap right down. But I don't know that we're going to get that much time. So, yeah, there's not too much to catch you up on, other than the fact we do have a new front wing to go on the car. So if we go and have a look at this, we'll swap this out. And again, we can see that it does improve the performance of the car. And if we go and have a look at what it does for our rank on the grid, it does move us up quite a ways. So, yeah, again, we can only be hopeful. We've got 3 of them right now, so hopefully there's no crashes. We need those front wings, but yeah, we can maybe emergency manufacture, or worst case scenario, go back to the older one, but we don't really want to be doing that ideally. So yeah, let's have a look at what we can do in this race. Now, it is an alternative qualifying tyre allocation weekend, so that's I always can't figure out how to do. I think I just stay on the hard tyre. I don't know, I can't remember what I do, but we'll figure it out as we go. Circuit map: red is sector 1, blue sector 2, yellow sector 3. We can see there it's being described as a big go-kart course, and that is more or less the case. Though it does, in real life, it tends to produce some really good races, doesn't it? It's 21-second pit stop loss, 16 seconds under a safety car, and the expected strategies. It's a 2-stop. It's just more or less how you want to run that 2-stop. Soft, medium, hard. I'm wondering if like a medium, soft, or something along those lines. We'll have to have a look and see. We'll get an idea here. How far can we go with a particular tyre? So sort of say if we say 20 laps, 20, 40, and then how many? 70 odd laps, isn't it? So you could maybe do a soft, medium. The hard tyre is not terrible, to be honest, compared to the medium, and it doesn't degrade. Yeah, well, we'll see. I wonder if you could even do a hard, soft. Though you wouldn't want to start on a hard tyre, perhaps. Anyway, we'll play around with it as we go. Since we've taken over here the last 2 years, Verstappen has won both the races, and that is more or less the way we expect things to go, isn't it? Performance targets. Let's have a look here. Reach Q2. We should be able to do that. 1 car in the top 4. Let's hope so. Reach Q3. You'd like to hope so at this point. Finishing positions. Fastest lap. All right, we'll go for that. And 2 cars in the top 6. For the finishing streak bonus. Qualifying, we need 1 car in the top 6, and I'd like to think we'd be able to do that. Though qualifying, it has been, if we've had a weakness this season, it's actually not been qualifying, it's been the races, hasn't it? Now, not expecting any weather, but let's just go to Budapest and confirm that. And there we go, yeah, partly cloudy, but no rain is expected. It'd be neat, I think, if, you know, like you did, say we come into the weekend now, and then suddenly cloudy turns into rain or something like that. But yeah, typically it doesn't. That is what we're going to get. So I'll do some free practice, and I will see you for qualifying. Alright, so we have done free practice. Let's have a look and see how it did. Crucially, no crashes. So we've still got all the car parts in one piece, which is good. FP1, we were down there in 15th and 19th. A lot of that was you ran the whole session on a hard tyre, trying to conserve tyres with this alternate allocation. Also, old engine parts weren't helping either. FP2, 4th and 6th. Now, we did do a soft tyre run, which helps. But still, we were slowest of the top cars there on a soft tyre, but old engine parts, not too bad, I would say. And then FP3, we were 9th and we were 11th. Again, soft tyres at the start, medium tyres at the end. And yeah, I'm going to say not too bad given the state of the current state of the engines and whatnot. So let's go and do qualifying. Q1, I believe, was on a hard tyre. It should be okay for us. So indeed, no problems at all. 4th and 7th. We did do a second run. That was mainly down to track evolution. I just wanted to make sure that we were going to be fine. And of course, it was only the whole thing was on a hard tyre, so we weren't going to, you know, use a new set of tyres to do that. So that's all good. Let's head off on to Q2. All right, now we have done one run already. Now again, reminder, same set of tyres, so there's no that we can't change tyres, but the track will rubber up, as we can see here. 5th and 7th currently. There's not much though between Giovinazzi, only 2/10 off the top, and right behind the Red Bulls as well. Now we've done yellow first sectors. I imagine there's not going to be too many people going faster. Yeah, just because you are on the same set of tyres as the first run. So we have just said that Russell's gone faster. Mick is going faster in the middle sector. So let's see if he could maybe do a little bit better. It looks as though we're going to be fine either way. Giovinazzi hasn't moved, Mick hasn't moved, but 6th and 7th into Q3, we go into a soft tyre now. Alright, now we are on board with Giovinazzi. Now he was half a second off of Mick in the first run. Now we've used a new set of tyres for the first run, new set of tyres for this run. And yeah, well, we need to be a little bit quicker. We're just off the back a little bit of where we'd like to be, I think, in 6th and 7th. Now, we've done green first sector with Giovinazzi. I'm not sure if he did get traffic in that first run, and what's happened here. It's a yellow flag.
Could be a lot of debris on track.
I don't know that it's going to affect us. We've done green with Gio, and we've not done any fast sectors at all with Mick. So Giovinazzi actually goes ahead of Max Verstappen there, who is probably about to go faster himself. But yeah, yellow flags are flying. Maybe we've got an Aston Martin stopped up here, it looks like. Oh, there it is right there. Not a good spot to park, mate. Stroll is out. So, I mean, it's not going to affect him necessarily. And it looks as though Verstappen as well is probably going to bump Gio down, and that will be 6th and 7th. No, 5th and 7th.
Being pushed down.
Now, whether Stroll will have to take penalties or not, I guess, is a question. Not sure. I wonder if Max may have got held up by yellow flags, but he had done 2 faster sectors, so a little bit confusing there. A bit of a mixed-up grid. Let's get to this race, though. Alright, now what can we do with strategy? My plan here is something along these lines, because we have basically a new tyre of each. So I don't think we want to run the medium for as long as that, and we want to get on a soft tyre probably early-ish as well. So something along those lines. Now the question is, let's just double check our tyres here. So we could run a second set of softs, but I don't think we could also run a second set of mediums, but I don't think that's going to be worthwhile doing. I think that is probably, because a medium is not going to really get there, is it? This is the only real way, unless you did medium, hard, medium, but then why would you not run a soft tyre? So the question is, do we change things up with Mick a little bit and say start on a soft, go to a hard early, and then come onto a medium sort of towards the end, and maybe be just that little bit offset, try and find some free air. The risk with that, of course, is that if we get stuck behind lap traffic. Let's try it. Let's just try it. Let's see what happens. It might work. You never know. But I just think, because what's going to happen is Mick's going to come in earlier. It should get an undercut effect on this tyre, then should come in earlier again if people are going onto a soft and get an undercut effect again, and then it's up to him whether he's quick enough to keep cars behind him. So, and he should get a good launch off the, he might make a little bit of gain off the start line as well. So we'll try this. We'll see how it goes. If that's the #1 strategy, where he's going to have, he's still going to have a tyre advantage. People on a hard tyre at the end anyway. So we'll try it. We'll try it and see what we get. Alright, welcome back. Here we go. It could be our second last race with Ferrari. Let's hope it's not. We can see our 2 cars there. We will jump on board as soon as we can. And we are on board with the medium tyre. We've got a hard tyre there for one of the Alpines, that's Stroll. Now, hopefully, we're not going to get a... Did we get hit? I don't think we've been hit. I think we're okay. Hopefully, it's a little bit further back. Yeah, it is. So, is that a Mercedes and an Alpine? Oh, it's right behind us. That's nervy. And there we go. So we got away with it. That's fine. Montreal flashbacks, I've got to say. So let's have a look at these tyres. So we've got a hard for Russell and Stroll, and everybody else is on a medium, a couple of softs. So looks like Mick has lost out a little bit to I saw Hamilton up there, to Max, which is not ideal. Max is about to get Giovinazzi as well, is he? So we've gone back a little bit there, which is not the end of the world. We do have a little bit of a gap behind us, with that incident that we just saw. So I'm wondering if we go neutral with Mick. Given the tyres that he's on, I think what we probably are going to want to do is move Giovinazzi out of the way here. And we might look to do that sooner rather than later here. I want this and this. And if you can rarely defend and don't fight teammate, and then we'll go and tell Mick to rarely defend. And Mick now does need to go and get after the cars in front, because we need to close up the DRS, don't we? He does have the soft tyre, so there should be a decent chance of him being able to do that. And Giovinazzi, is he going to be able to stick within DRS? It's looking unlikely at this early point. I did underfuel the cars again by 2 laps, so hopefully we'll be able to make that back as the race progresses. But yeah, Mick is doing a fairly good job closing in on the back of Max Verstappen here and Stroll. Perez is taking off to the distance, and Russell's hard tyres are going to hold up a train here. And hopefully that'll get Giovinazzi back into contention once everybody catches them. DRS is, that's with him, so that's fine. We'll go back to top up. And yeah, well, I'll keep you updated here. Giovinazzi, he's behind Hamilton on a soft tyre, so maybe not the worst thing. But yeah, Giovinazzi just looks like he's lacking a bit of pace early on here. Alright, so we are 11 laps into this one. We are just moving Mick past George Russell and his hard tyres. And in front of us here, we have got Alonso and Verstappen battling away for second and third. So we don't want Verstappen to get too far ahead of us here. So that's good. Giovinazzi's got himself back past Ocon, who I can't remember if he got past him or not when we cut away. But he's doing okay. I think Ocon was very much pushing his tyres. If we look at some of the tyre lives here, there's cars that are on the same strategy as us that are way worse. Not way worse, but certainly a lot worse on their tyres than we are. So I think there's a lot of pushing going on at this early stage, which is going to hurt cars later on, or certainly relative to us, it's going to hurt them. So I think we're in a fairly decent spot here. As what we could really do with is Alonso continuing to hold up Max Verstappen here. And he should have the inside. No, Verstappen just a little bit too quick. So we will now try and get past Alonso. What I've been kind of doing is waiting for Verstappen to get them out of DRS range and then pouncing. But we don't really want Verstappen to get too far ahead here, because if we're going to keep the job, we probably need at least to get second place here. And that's going to mean beating a Red Bull. So, you know, we've got to be aware of that, I suppose. But, yeah, not too displeased right now. Alright, so we're coming up on Mick's pit stop. Perez has just come in, so that's moved us up to second. We are matching Verstappen's pace here. Now, what we are doing is I'm trying to harvest the battery, and we might even go full attack here. I'm just trying to make the most of these tyres, obviously, and what I want to do is when we come out is have a full battery, ideally, so we can go ahead and, you know, try and get an undercut here on Max. Now, we are the fastest car on track, or at least we have been before we sort of started to play little games here a little bit. Let's maybe even see if we can conserve and get away with this, and then I think this next lap is going to be our optimal lap to come in, and yeah, there it is there. And we will come in, and we're putting on a hard, aren't we, with Mick? So, yeah, well, we'll see. We need a good pit stop, ideally. And if we can get past Verstappen while we're harvesting, that would be a nice little bonus as well. But there's the full battery. And, yeah, I mean, yes, we have a tyre advantage in that we are on the soft and he is on the medium. But it's very nice to be racing a Red Bull on track without a pit stop having been taken place. And, yeah. we'll see if we can continue that. Now, Giovinazzi, on the other hand, has been a little bit more of a problem. He's quite a bit slower, whether that is tyres, whether that... I mean, he's going to have tyres to push with at the end of his stint as well, but I'm slightly more concerned about Gio here. All right, let's see what sort of pit stop we get. Please be a good one. Is the Mercedes going to hold us up? No, we get out and before that becomes a problem. A 2.9 second stop, I am okay with that. And now we come into a little bit of free air, do we? It looks like yes, as Perez gets past Giovinazzi. So we don't have too much that we can do in terms of pushing, but let's try. I wonder if we try and deploy a little bit here and see what we can do. We know we're going to lose out to Red Bull on pit stop time, so we're going to, unless Verstappen happens to have a bad stop, we're going to lose out a little bit there, but that's fine. We can hopefully deal with that. And yeah, Giovinazzi just needs to hopefully find a bit more pace relative to everybody else once we get once we get onto a different tyre. But for now, it's not working particularly well. And we've actually lost out quite a bit to Perez there. What sort of tyre is Perez on? He's on a hard. So that's a little bit surprising that we've lost out so much, because we were only 4 or 5 seconds behind. So I don't quite understand how that suddenly become 9 seconds. But anyway, that is confusing. Oh, here we go. Verstappen's come in. All right, so where does Mick come out in relation to Max? We are on board with with Mick. We've burnt through our battery. Can we get an undercut on him? I think we did. Go on, Mick. Well, that could be big. So we are essentially second in the race once pit stops take place. And what sort of a gap do we have here? He's outside of DRS right now. What we will need to do is make very quick work of Mr. Ocon here. And hopefully we'll be able to move Giovinazzi out of the way again. But this move needs to take place down this front straight. Alonso is coming into the pits. Now, he was behind us anyway. We haven't got much battery. Let's hope it is enough. We've got a yellow flag somewhere. Can we get this done? It's Hulkenberg, so it's none of our concern. That should be job done. It is. And let's hope that Ocon can now hold up Max for us for a little bit. And we've got Giovinazzi in front of us now. So he's a whole pit stop ahead. That is not saying a great deal for Giovinazzi's pace, is it? So, yeah. We're going to struggle to get a double podium here, if I'm honest. Maybe a safety car or something can bring Giovinazzi back into play. But, yeah, he is struggling right now. It's his optimal lap. So let's pit him. We'll aim for next lap. We'll do 2 sort of max push laps on these tyres. And see where that gets us as Hamilton does the fastest lap of the race. Got another yellow flag.
Big crash there.
Big crash. We've heard that before. Let's have a look at it. And it is, well, it's Hamilton and Alonso. And again, I wouldn't call it a big crash, but contact was made. So this wasn't ideal on the in-lap. And Antonio Giovinazzi, you can see Verstappen and Mick, battling away there, and he has just gone straight on. It's not Giovinazzi's race, is it? And we really needed him to be strong today for the sake of my job, but he's pitting this lap anyway. What a muppet. Alright, so here he comes into the pits. Let's see, he does usually get the short end of the straw, doesn't he, with pit stops. And this occasion, not the case. 2.8 is a very nice one, we'll take that. And is that Ocon that's got out in front of him as well? So he's lost out to Esteban on that little lock-up that he did there as well. So all in all, it's not a good day for Giovinazzi. Mick, though, is managing for now to stay with Max in the DRS. So if he can do that, that's going to be brilliant. He's just outside now. Is this the lap that he loses it, perhaps? Oh no, he may have just ducked himself back in, and he has. So, yeah, let's hope. Cheer on Mick. He might be the saviour of our job with the way things are going here. So Giovinazzi has just been passed by Kevin Magnussen on a hard tyre. I am very much struggling to understand where his pace has gone here. and he's driving away from him as well. What is happening to Giovinazzi? I mean, the car is in decent shape. There's no issues with anything. Yeah, like I say, I am just very much struggling to understand what his problem is. But anyway, yeah, wake up, Gio. Wake up, mate. Okay, so we're going to call an audible on Giovinazzi here. I don't know where his pace is, but we're just being passed by Leclerc, albeit on a soft tyre, but we're not going to go backwards any further. So we're going to push him on the hard, then we're going to go soft, and rather than just sort of sit here and wait, I mean, everybody's made a pit stop now. It's relatively even, and, you know, we're battling for 12th. Like, come on, that's not good enough. So, yeah, we'll see what happens here, and hopefully between pushing on this tyre and then the soft tyres as well, and being able to push those, I'm hoping anyway that we'll make up the extra. It'll be an extra pit stop, so 21 seconds. If we're a second a lap faster between now and the end, then we'll gain 40 seconds. So it should work out for us okay. It's just one extra stop. Right, so we are approaching pit stop time. Mick is currently behind Hamilton. He's right there. He's not too far away. It's only 3 seconds up the road to Verstappen as well. There's been a lot of back and forth with pit stops, and yeah, I'm trying to learn lessons from previous races where we've seen that you're better off making the extra stop. The tyre wear is sort of outdone by actually just getting the newer grippy tyres on. So we're into the pit window now for Mick. We don't want to. You can see we're really pushing it with the medium tyre, so we don't want to do too much here. Giovinazzi is doing a decent job. He is coming up to his first of 2 soft tyre stops. You can see we're looking to push his tyres both stints. So yeah, we'll just see, won't we? He's up to 7th. He was for a long time the fastest car on track, and then Stroll whacked in a 1:16, which was ridiculous. But yeah, his tyres are sort of starting to fade away again as well. So yeah, it's going okay, I would say. I don't know we've got too much for the Red Bulls unless we get safety cars or something along those lines. Can we go and get Hamilton here? And it looks like we can. And with the inside here, that should be moved done for Mick. It is. So, or is it? Not quite yet. Not quite yet. You know what? Let's let him go. Let's harvest up, and we'll just get him next time around. Don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry about it. Just don't damage the car. We've got a couple of laps until we need to come into the pits, so we'll do a bit of deploy out of this final corner, and that should then be job done. We'll go back to neutral because we should then get another dose of DRS here as well, and it looks as though so even if we have the outside here, we'll have the inside to this one, and that's sort of a pretty definitive place to make a pass. So yeah, it's not. Oh, there's Stroll. Now he's come out onto a medium, no doubt going to the end. So we can now go full attack with Giovinazzi. I'm going to say we can probably do the same thing here with Mick, and just wait to sort of pick our lap for exactly when we do want to come in for this final stop for Mick. First of 2 for a soft tyre for Gio. There is an argument to say we go into a medium, but I'm not sure what condition our mediums are in. What are we doing here? Okay, so let's, with Mick, come in next lap for the medium. I wonder if Gio has a medium that's in like a similar state to that, and he could go to the end. We might have a look at that when it comes time to call him in for his stop. Alright, so here we go. Giovinazzi's in this lap. Mick Schumacher will be in next lap. So we are going with the 2 soft tyres for Gio. We could have... Or are we? Apparently we're putting on a medium tyre. Okay. What's happened there? So not sure why we've done that. What sort of condition is the medium tyre in? No, it is a soft tyre. Was I drink? I'll have to go back and look now. I'm sure that looked like a yellow-sided sidewall when it went on. But anyway, that's fine. That's what we wanted to happen. Mick's done a 9.2. I've missed that now in my confusion here. So he is onto a medium. That's what was supposed to happen there. He comes out ahead of Stroll, behind Russell. Now, Russell is on an old medium. He's going to have to stop again, and then we've got Verstappen and Hamilton that will allow us to stop here as well. So it is kind of a bit of hammer time for both of them, and yeah, Giovinazzi needs to get some overtakes done, and he's got one out of the way there with K-Mag. Let's have a look at some lap times for him here, and there's a lot of 17s going around. Now, this is going to be one of those, again, where we're not going to see the benefit to this strategy this first part of the stint. If he can be a little bit quicker, then that's a great sign, because then when it comes to when we put on another set of soft tyres, that's when we're going to be seconds a lap faster. So, right now, he's sort of matching. He's a little bit slower than Ocon, but matching Norris, Alonso, a little bit quicker. So, all in all, I think that's pretty good. I think that's roughly where we want him. And then, like I say, second part of the stint, that's where we are really going to be able to send it and get and hopefully get a benefit from this. So, slightly concerned about our prospects of a double podium as Stroll has got himself past Mick. Now, Stroll, he just stopped, hasn't he? I don't think this race is going to be enough. I don't think it's going to be enough. We've got past Ocon there, which is good, doing a 16.6. So, yeah, this is troubling. It's troubling. Hamilton in the pits, so we should get Hamilton with Schumacher. Now, they were kind of neck and neck when they came in, weren't they? Were we behind Hamilton, or were we just in front of him? I can't remember now. They sort of had a race-long battle going here, and with the fresher tyres, we have come out ahead with a bit of an undercut. So that's good. But what's not quite so good is Lance Stroll driving away from us. Perhaps he is pushing his tyres a little bit more, and that'll come back to us. Let's certainly hope so. And Giovinazzi's done a 16.3. Alright, now Verstappen has just come into the pits. I think Mick should be ahead of him by a couple of seconds. Now, I'm also expecting him with 15 laps to go as Stroll is coming back, which is not what we want. He's going to have come out on a set of softs, which is exactly what he's done. Stroll's tyres are going to die away. I don't think we need to worry too much about that. Yeah, he's not going to be able to go with us to the end. Now, Giovinazzi is, or was at least, behind George Russell, who looks like he's kicked away. Now, George Russell's on a new set of softs, so that is perhaps not a massive surprise if he's got a bit of extra pace, because we've not really seen any pace from Giovinazzi all race anyway. So, yeah, it's a very interestingly poised race. We kind of need to get past Lance Stroll here and do it kind of quickly, because how far have we got Verstappen behind us? 3 seconds. Yeah, we can't be letting him catch us. If we want to try and get second, then we need to get away from Stroll and hope that Stroll can hold up Verstappen for a little wait. But it does need to kind of happen and happen soon. This maybe isn't the best place to do it, because with DRS and whatnot. Hopefully we've got DRS. Yeah, we do. Okay, so that's worked out perfectly. He's waited to the DRS line and then jumped in. And then we're going to have DRS, and away we go. Excellent. Well done, Mick. Giovinazzi still losing out a little bit, is he, to Russell? Alonso's in front. A safety car now would be a nice thing, but that's not going to happen, unfortunately, as Perez runs wide. Is that going to get Mick involved for a win? No. Alright, so Giovinazzi's stop is the next big milestone in this race, and it's going to drop him down a little ways. But it's all going to come down to if he's got enough pace in the car to be able to make it back up. So we'll go full pusher with him now and see if he can, on this lap, I think it's going to be his optimal stop lap. Yes, it is. So we will be coming in with you. Brand spanking new set of soft tyres. And we'll see what that gets us. Alright, so here we go. Into the pits we come, and we need another good one. Verstappen has just got past Mick, so that's Mick down to third, which is unfortunate. 2.9, excellent, so no mistakes despite making quite a few pit stops. And now over to you, Gio. You are currently in 9th. No, make that 10th. Let's see how far up he can get. If we look at intervals to the leader, yeah, I mean, if we're lucky, we might get Alonso Russell somewhere around there. We're not going to go much further forward than that, are we? And with 10 laps to go, yeah, where's Mick going to finish is the other question, I suppose. He's got Hamilton behind him. Hamilton is on a newer medium tyre. Not that much newer, but newer nonetheless. Here we go. Giovinazzi, first move done, is it? Round the outside he goes. Let's deploy, and let's see if we can maybe nick fastest lap away from Perez here. It's going to have to be a pretty epic lap, but we will go for it, and we will see what we can do. We've got 5 seconds of free air in front of us as well, so if we could probably go this lap and next lap to see if we can get it done. Yeah, what are we doing lap time wise? Not purples. So we'll go full push for a lap and see if that can get it done for us. We've just done fastest lap actually, at 15.0, so we probably don't need to push the tyres that much then. We'll try and keep a bit of life in them. But yeah, well, that's good. That's good. Norris, can we get? Yeah, then we've got 10 seconds, but we caught Norris 3 seconds that lap. If we look at lap times, 15s to everybody else's 17s, as Hamilton gets past Mick. That's not really what we need from you, Mick. Come on, mate. Come on. Let's go aggressive on these tyres. We've got to try and get that back. We need to be on the podium.
And look after tyres.
We can't afford to have no cars on the podium here, no matter what. We just can't afford to have no cars on the podium. Alright, here we go. Mick up the inside. Is he going to get him back? It looks like he is. So, yeah, that could be a battle that rages for a little while now. But we need to try and break clear of Hamilton if we can. Get him out of DRS. As Giovinazzi has moved his way past Norris. But yeah, we've still got Hamilton there on our inside. As he's going to get blocked in now. I think he's going to get blocked in. And yeah, it's a bit of a crazy race at times here, isn't it? But yeah, anyway, if anything else major happens, we will come back, obviously. But Hamilton is not going away, and that is problematic because we need him to desperately. So Giovinazzi just got past Alonso. Look at that, up the inside of the chicane, and then yeah, just better traction on the soft tyres. Absolutely flying is Gio, but I don't know he's going to have enough pace to go any further up than that. And now with 3 laps to go, Mick putting a move on Hamilton. We weren't actually trying to do anything there. We were just sort of harvesting up the battery a bit. But Mick, up the inside we go. Nicely done, not waiting around for anything. Alright, so we are coming around to start the final lap of the race. We've got Hamilton not too far behind us, but I think, crucially, far enough back that we can deploy. That's the 2 DRS zones out of the way, and we can just deploy to the end now, and I don't think we're going to have to worry about that. Giovinazzi is absolutely flying. He's doing 16s and everybody else's 19s, but he's not going to catch anybody else, despite the fact that he is absolutely rapid, which is a bit of a shame. We've just got to be a touch careful here on his fuel just to make sure he gets there. The battery is empty for Schumacher, but Hamilton is over a second behind. Perez has won. Verstappen is going to come across the line momentarily and finish second. And we are going to come third with Mick. It's another podium. Is it going to be enough? That is very, very highly debatable. Giovinazzi just had no pace at times in this race, but in the end, fastest lap comes home in 7th. And I'll tell you what, another couple of laps he could have been on the podium as well. He was rapid. So there we go, up 4 to 3rd. Giovinazzi drops 2, so 7 points for him, 15 for Mick. We'll see what the board think of that momentarily as Mick and, well, he goes to 100 points on the nose. Giovinazzi goes ahead of Gasly. So the constructors' standings, again, we've pulled in points on Aston Martin. We've stayed steady with Mercedes. We are potentially the second best team right now. But unfortunately for us, we've given everybody else 100 points, 140 points head start. So it makes it very difficult to catch that back up again. So board confidence is still low. They are satisfied. They're happy with that result. So that's good. They were only satisfied with the podium in Spielberg and Barcelona. So, well, I don't know if there's anything we can do. Even a 1-2 may not be enough. But if we can win at Spa, and maybe that's a sort of track similar to Silverstone that will suit our car a little bit more than the twists and turns of Budapest, we'll find out, I guess. But it could be potentially our last race of the series next up. It's in Belgium. It's the last race before the winter break. There's not going to be anything new on the car for that one. So fingers crossed it's going to be enough. If you've enjoyed that, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, it could be the last one next time round. Take care.